What's up, everybody? How are you doing? It is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. I'm back with another Unpopular Opinions live. So basically, you guys know the situation. I've been down on the unpopular opinions. I still have so many. So I'm going to start doing lives to do some of the more, hefty topics. And that way I can hear from you guys during the segment. I first want to say big shout outs to the customers of the Afrikansuperstar.com. Please head over to the website, www.theafrikansuperstar.com. It is scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Also, big shout outs to our members only who are designated by the circle next to their name. You can also join our members only and get backstage, back behind the scenes information about what's going on with me. You get access to the music videos first and all kind of stuff like that. So big shout outs to members only. And last but not least, big shout outs to everybody supporting our music project. Your proceeds have been greatly appreciated. And I also want to give a special shout outs to other members of the African Superstar family that I have been able to call on in several occasions. Big shout outs to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Big shout outs to Kimla Lee. Big shout outs to Monica. Big shout outs to Stacy, something for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? So many of you guys are actually physically doing things with me, for me, on the ground in Ghana, et cetera, et cetera. I greatly appreciate your support. Big shout outs to Mind, Body, and Soul TV. She's there representing for our members only. Hi, sweetheart. Big shout outs to you. So you're here for Unpopular Opinions Live. Yes. Please make sure that you like the stream, okay? And I want to hear from you. So I want to talk a little bit more naturally about this Rihanna and ASAP Rocky situation. Now, Mind, Body, and Soul TV was actually someone who tuned into our live yesterday, and she stated, you know what? Maybe Rihanna's the one who doesn't want to marry the guy. Maybe she's the one that doesn't want to settle down. That's come up a couple times. I kind of want to talk about that. And I want to also talk about the concept of it takes more. Hello. It takes more than money to raise a family. So big shout outs, guys. If you're here, leave your comments in the chat room. I will be going through the comments and engaging with you guys as we go through. So I first want to say that one of the statements I heard when it comes down to like Rihanna, for instance, is, well, she's a billionaire. You know, she's going to be able, well, gosh, you see the way the sun is shining on me? Oh my God. The sun is really happy to see me. Hi, sun. The thing is that it takes a lot more to raise a family than money. You know, a lot of us have experienced maybe blended families, maybe single parent homes, maybe, parents away for various reasons, or parents not in a nuclear family and things like that. A lot of us have a little bit of experience with that or understanding of how that works. Okay. A lot goes into raising a family, more than money. So the fact that people would look at this situation with Rihanna, ASAP Rocky, we talked about it in yesterday's Unpopular Opinions Live, you know, the fact that they are not preparing, or at least at the current moment, to bring their family together as a unit, you know, that's a huge issue, because it takes two to raise a child. You know, there's a reason it takes two to create the child, and it takes two to maintain. Oh my goodness. Y'all see the way the sun is just shining on me? My God. Wow. Yes. What's up, Nikki? I see you there. It's distracting. It's like blasting me. And I think the mentality that we can do it on our own, this whole mentality is so, so, so detrimental to our people and to our families. You know what I mean? Black women seem to perpetuate this ideology, in my opinion, more than other women. You know, other women find it to be a natural requirement to be in a family setting when they have children. You know, that's very popular. And it's even, you will actually even see this among people that swirl. You know, people that date interracially, they tend to also get married to their partners before having children. It's very, very standard. I mean, in Africa, you know, all across the continent, it's standard. You know, it's still kind of a taboo to be having children outside of wedlock and these kind of things on the continent. But we have adapted to that, and it's a very poor decision making, and it's very negative. You know, what's up, God in me 31? This sun is like blinding me. I'm tripping. Members only knows why I'm tripping, because where I'm at the moment, the sun don't be shining like that. So it's blinding me, and I'm like, yo, okay. I just think personally, you know, I think that, I mean, you know, I see it on a different perspective, because as someone who is on a, you know, a medium level of public eye, I look at it theoretically, figuratively, and prospectively. And I also see kind of just like a devaluation. I kind of talked about that yesterday. You know, this girl has a lot of things going on for her. If you don't want to make it official with this kind of person, who do you want to make it official with? You know, and furthermore, her public image. You know, I mean, even like I said, at my level, I'm not comfortable willingly becoming a baby's mom. You know, it's not like you're a small child and maybe you're experimenting sexually and an accident has happened or something like that. You know, this thing is being orchestrated in so many ways. Why aren't you going through the normal processes? People say, well, some women may not want to settle down. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that Rihanna would reject the man that she's having a child with. And I think that's also crazy as well. That's also a crazy mentality, that you would be intimate with a person that you have no long-term perspectives with. You would conceive a child with someone in whom you don't want to marry. You know, what is the point of your relationship? You know, what is the goal that you're striving for? And if you're just hooking up and having fun, why are you creating a long-term tie with that person? What's up, Zoo and Shayna? Big shout outs to you guys. So yes, it takes more than money to raise a family. And I think Black people need to evaluate the way that they begin starting families, because it has snowballed and it has become a huge epidemic in our community, where, you know, single family homes and things are becoming the norm. And coincidentally, we see so many emotional problems in our youth. You know, big shout out to everybody who's with me. My first trivia question for today is, you know, have you noticed a difference between people that are raised in nuclear family versus people that are raised in single family homes? If you have noticed that, you know, give me a yes or no in the chat room. Because in my opinion, there is a considerable difference, you know, especially when it comes to gentlemen. Some men have a lot of mommy issues. What's up, Blackavelli? Thank you for that super chat, brother. A lot, you know, some men are very effeminate, you know, extremely emotional. You know, they are socially inept, you know, and they don't know how to progress relationships. Some ladies have probably dated, you know, men that you've been the girlfriend for a long time, years, and you're waiting. Okay, when is the relationship going to matriculate into something else? People that grow up in that environment they know what to do. They are more suited to take the relationship to a different level because they've been exposed to that. So it's not foreign to them. You know, it's not foreign seeing mom and dad living together or having your siblings and all that stuff. It's normal. It's a normal process. Big shout outs. Mind, Body, and Soul TV is reminding you guys to hit the likes. This is Unpopular Opinions Live. I will open the call lines to hear from you guys after I get to my second topic. Big shout outs to Matrell on a Mission. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. And you can also support the stream like our brother Blackavelli. Thank you so much. So anyway, I've gone on about this one for a minute. I think that we are doing a detriment, especially like this attitude. I had a conversation with, uh, male yesterday, and he was saying, well, if she's a billionaire, she can take care of the kid. It's not right. It's not right. Money is not everything. Money cannot fill in for the example and the relationship that that child is supposed to be having with their other parent. And we need to realize that we are also mortals. Okay, let me tell you a quick story, and I'm going to move on to my second part of this episode. So, when my maternal grandmother, okay, so my mother's mom, was giving birth to her, okay, my maternal grandmother passed away. All right. So at that time, my mom is the third girl of, her sisters. Okay. So she's the baby girl out of the sisters. Now, because, and thankfully, this was back in the days. Okay. She was in a nuclear family unit. My grandmother was married to my grandfather. They had a family. They also, my grandmother had sisters, quite a large family in Bermuda. So the family came together and they all decided how they were going to care for the kids and how they were going to manage that situation. I tell you this story to say that when you are, for instance, a parent, okay, and a lot of you guys are parents. What's up, Aphrodisiac Villas and Spa? See you. You have to consider, what if something happens to you? What will be the fate of that child? You see, if you have a family unit, you have a partner that's already in the house, that knows the children, that has a relationship with the children. That's why there's a partnership. This whole strong, independent, I do it by myself, you're really leaving yourself very vulnerable. You're picking up additional pressure and putting everything on your shoulders. You don't have any support. It's a very, very unwise way to begin starting a family. Hello. All right, big shout out to Afrikansuperstar family. I'm going to move on to my second topic, which is family builds generational wealth. Yes. Yes. Now, Rihanna is not the only billionaire out there. I say air quotes because I don't really know how much money these celebrities really have. She's not the only billionaire out there, but I can tell you she's one of the few that would be shacking up with some person who wasn't her husband, having a child with someone who wasn't her husband because of generational wealth. What is the likelihood that you're going to see Bezos running around in Vegas, having affairs with women, having kids all over the place? What about Bill Gates back in his days? Do you see Oprah Winfrey? Does she have a lot of illegitimate children all over the world? Huh? What about Elon Musk? What about Dan Gote? Do you guys know DeVito? DeVito's dad's a billionaire. One thing that these high value people have in common is that they strategize how to build their estate and their families. And the smart ones get married and raise their children in a nuclear situation. Having family builds generational wealth. Okay, when your family is splintered around and you have kids all over the place, and your core is chaotic, so shall it be. Big shout outs, D's Village. I see you there, sweetheart. Thank you so much for the super chat. D Cox in the building, man. The sun is just the sun is on me today, boy. I tell you what. Big shout outs. Nikki says, I will say this. My mom was not a baby mama. Her and my dad divorced before I came along, so I didn't have my dad around. Exactly. These situations occur. Okay. There's death, there's, divorce, whatever. But I'm talking about the conscious decision. Okay, you're looking at this situation and you decide. Okay, now big shout outs. Now I'm gonna ask this question. It might be a little crude, but I'm gonna ask this question. Second trivia question. Okay, how many of you guys have ever had a relationship with someone you didn't really want them for the long term? Okay, maybe they were fun, maybe you were hooking up, maybe you had ulterior motives. Okay, he's on a football team, or she works at this uh, clothing store. I can get a discount. How many of us have had those kind of relationships? Okay, you got with the person for the temporary. You had no intention of being with that person long term. Put it number one. We all can assess our partners and determine if they have long-term potential. Okay? Everybody can do that. What's up, family? Make sure you hit the lights on the way in, guys. This is Unpopular Opinions Live. Okay? When you decide, when you make the conscious choice, assess that person. You're getting ready to enter into a family with that person, okay? It's a long road. I don't got to tell y'all, those of y'all that have children and stuff like that, it's a long road. Choose wisely, choose responsibly, build generational wealth. Generational wealth is intentional. Okay? Generational wealth is intentional. It's not a mistake. It's not a let's see what happens. Okay? It's a this is how we gonna do it. Montel Jordan. Blackavelli says, when you come from a single family home, your children more than likely have to start building wealth from scratch. Exactly. And all of us know people, I went to private schools growing up. Some of your classmates, they're taking trips to Europe in the summertime, and when they turn 16, they're getting a car, and maybe they want to start a business, and they don't even have to go to the bank to get a loan. They can go get $10,000 or $50,000 from their grandparents. You see, there's a benefit in family. Okay, there's a benefit in family. That's actually your first network. It can be your first network. Okay, you have your mom, your dad, you have your grandparents, maybe you have siblings, you have extended family. Especially you will see it on the continent. Okay, you will see on the continent a lot of people have large families, and oh, my uncle is in government, and my mom is a teacher, and my grandmother, had her own business. And when, someone passes away in Africa, they can actually give their kids an inheritance. It must be lovely. It must be a nice, something to receive someone else's, lifetime's legacy. You see, and we set ourselves back as a community because we do not preface this. We get together and we do struggle love. We say, you know what, Blackavelli, I like his avatar. You know what I'm saying? He be super chatting me that them $2. Let's just see what happens. Other cultures will say, okay, what's the background of this man? What's the background of his family? What's the background of that woman? Big shout outs. I see you there, Azania. Thank you so much for the super chat. So, guys, I, as always, promote people. I know it's unpopular. That's why we're talking about it today. I know these live unpopular are not as entertaining as the recorded ones. But I'm talking about this because I just want us as a culture to instill, at this point, a lot of us are already parents or things like that. But we need to instill the importance of being strategic in our young people about how they start families and how they go forward into the future. We are, like Blackavelli said, a lot of times we're starting ourselves way behind the 8 ball. Any person that, was in a single parent home, or your parent, passed away, or whatever the case may be, or you were with extended family, the associated challenges that have come along with that. You would do well to be strategic when building your own family and raising your own kids. Now, stuff happens. Okay? Stuff happens. You can't, dictate the future and stuff. But all I'm saying is do well with your decision making in the interim. Okay. Do not deliberately set yourself up for failure, set your kids up for failure, and then that be that. You can make strategic decisions. Like I talked about, a lot of us have dated people we knew that, hey, this is not a long-term thing. This is going to be short-term. This is going to be fun or whatever it is. The mistake is when you assess that person and you think, yeah, I don't think this person is going to be suitable for the long term. And then you mess around and make it a long-term thing. And that's what a lot of people are doing. And they find themselves in big time issues when they do that. Big shout outs, guys. I appreciate everybody here today. We have about 20 y'all here. And big shout outs to my super chat donors. This is Unpopular Opinions Live. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open up the call lines today. Obviously this is Unpopular Opinions. So what do you guys think about the topic? The first topic was money. It takes more than money to raise a child. Okay. Our culture has this, I'm independent, I can do it on my own. A lot of women are running around talking this type of nonsense. And most recently, because Rihanna is a billionaire, people are like, well, nobody should be concerned. Even if ASAP falls out of the scene, she can take care of that kid on her own. It's a detrimental mindset, guys, and it's ruining and destroying our kids. Those of us grew up in the 80s and 90s. A lot of us did have the benefits of having families or seeing families. Growing up in families. We saw our grandparents, our aunts and uncles and all that stuff. Now we want to try to live some kind of willy-nilly, and we wonder why our kids are so incomplete. I mean, children with emotional problems in 2022 is so widespread, it's pitiful. And we should look at the situation and analyze it and say, where could this be coming from? Where are we failing? What are we doing? And where should we go the right way? So that was my first topic, is it takes more than money to raise a child. Okay, it takes nurturing. It takes quality time. It takes communication. It takes relationship. It takes observation and love and affection. All these things money can't do. It requires your physical presence. Some of us have mothers and grandmothers. They can just look at you and know something's wrong with you. You don't feel well. Your color looks off, or, you didn't eat your favorite snack. That comes from observation, having a rapport with your child. Money can't do all this stuff, guys. Leaving your child in front of the television, giving them the latest technology, buying them all the new clothes. This kind of stuff is not raising them up. Big shout outs to the family. The call lines are open. If you guys have any comments, I'll leave them open for a couple minutes regarding the topic. So that was the first topic, is it takes more than money to raise a family. The second topic is family builds generational wealth. Another reason to strategically build a family. And like I said to the ladies on my recent episode, if you are dealing with someone, and I would say this is a two-way street. It's not just for the ladies. But if you're also dealing with, look at his son. I'm telling y'all, this son is just shout out to my members only, because this is a phenomenon. Okay, members only knows why this is a phenomenon, because this son is really off the chain today. The thing is that, we need to strategically build families. Okay. And what I was saying is, it's a two-way street. If a man is dealing with the woman and the woman says, I don't really want to marry you, I don't really want to settle down. Maybe she gets pregnant, at the time she gets pregnant, now you have a problem on your hand. But if you're prospectively talking to her and she's indicating she doesn't have any long-term plans for you, but you want a long-term committed relationship, get out of there. Go get someone who is aligned with your future goals. Ladies, you get with a man and he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I want to get married. I don't know about being tied down, blah, blah, blah. And you yourself want that kind of situation. Get out of there. Because it is madness for you to be in a relationship with someone and not wanting any future goals. What is the point? Especially when you're talking about having children, bringing children into it. So some people raise, well, maybe Rihanna doesn't want to marry ASAP Rocky. Well, I mean, that's crazy. Why are you kicking it with the person, sleeping with the person, getting pregnant for a person that you can't see yourself building a future with? And it all calculates into wasted time, guys. Yeah, it all calculates into wasted time. So let's say, Mitrell on a mission. Obviously, I know she's retired and living in Africa and chilling, has a daughter and so on and so forth. But let's say Mitrell, back in the days, like 20, 21, 22 years old. Let's say her dream is, I want to get married and have kids. Okay. She gets with aphrodisiac villas and spas. Okay. And he tells her, look, girl, I ain't the type. I ain't trying to get married. I ain't trying to settle down. Okay. Now let's say Mitrell is smart and she says, you know what? I'm done with this joker because we don't want the same things. Okay. Then she moves on. She meets her Prince Charming, settles down, has kids, blah, blah, blah. We all know how her story worked out. So hopefully it went well. Okay. Now that's a wise move because she's already determined, hey, aphrodisiac, he's on some BS. We are not on the same page. Okay. Now let's say she's not too bright and she gives aphrodisiac 10 good years, thinking he's going to change and thinking they're going to get on the same page and all that. Okay. At the end of 10 years, aphrodisiac villains a spy. He's still saying the same thing. I'm not trying to settle down. I told you. And what do men say? Ladies, this one is for you. I told you when we met, I didn't want nothing serious. I told you I didn't want no kids. I told you I wasn't going to marry nobody. When men tell you something, ladies, take their word. And gentlemen, when women are telling you that they don't want this and that, I mean, I'm telling you, most women, okay, unless they're very damaged goods, most women want to, mature their relationship with someone that they love. Okay, so if you're dating a man and you are crazy about that man and he asks you to get married, are you going to tell him no? Are you going to tell him no? Now we know, but Mr. Blockavelli, that's one of our resident gentlemen in here. Okay, he's not like aphrodisiac; he's a gentleman. Okay, so Mr. Blockavelli is kicking it with Mind, Body, and Soul TV, and he wines and dines her. He's a gentleman. Takes her out for nice dinners. They go for walks on the park. They text all night, giggling. Okay, now Blockavelli decides, you know what? I'm gonna pop the question. Okay, Mind, Body, and Soul TV loves Blockavelli. She's not gonna be like, nah, I ain't trying to marry you. I don't want that ring. I don't want to, have the fairy tale wedding, and I don't no. I'm telling you, if you're with someone and that person tells you they don't want a future with you, cut it. Now, guys, all this is hypothetical. All of our family is responsible individuals here. So Aphrodisiac Villas and Spa and Blockavelli, they're both gentlemen. Okay, they're not them kind of guys. I'm just playing around. They're both really nice gentlemen, excellent gentlemen, part of our family. I'm sorry for this son, guys. It's to the max today. Let me see if I can I'm gonna close the window. There we go. Woo, because it was bright as hell in there, wasn't it? Okay. So what I'm saying is basically there's very, very few women that would be into someone You know, so this whole assertion that, okay, well, maybe Rihanna doesn't want to marry ASAP. I guarantee ASAP probably ain't even asked her, y'all. I bet he ain't even asked her. Because for real, if he, like, let's say he's with her and he wants to marry her, but she doesn't want to marry. Okay, big shout outs. Look, Aphrodisiac, he's trying to show some redemption. He's like, please, I don't want no bad reputation. Much love to you, sir. I appreciate you. I see you with the super chat. So let's say that Rihanna is telling ASAP, nah, I'm not trying to get married. Do y'all know what ASAP should do? This is what I would do if I was ASAP. Like, let's say, hypothetically, Rihanna doesn't want to get married. I know some of y'all say that. I don't believe that. Okay, I believe that this dude is just trifling. He hasn't even asked her. It's probably not even on his mind or whatever. But let's say in privacy, he says, yeah, he does say that. He does say that Mind, Body, and Soul TV, which is all the more reason it doesn't make sense why they haven't settled down. But if I was him and she told me, like, no, I'm not trying to settle down, I would propose to her in public. That's what I would do. Because we celebrities. Okay, all they got to do is go outside. I would just be like, okay, I know you're not about to turn me down in front of all these people and you pregnant with my baby. That's when I would do that. And we do know some guys. I mean, there's lots of proposals on YouTube of these people doing these over-the-top proposals. A lot of times I think it's because they kind of want to pressure the girl into saying yes. Like, how are you going to say no when I've done all of that? You know what I'm saying? So big shout outs. What's up? What's up? What's up? Nikki says you got to cut it. You got to cut these people that don't want you. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about these 2022 relationships, but you know what? If you ain't about the African superstar and we kicking it, I'm with Nikki. I'm cutting you. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if somebody's like supposed to be with me and he don't like me. And people pursue people that don't like them. And I just think it's the most craziest thing. It's like an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see Zoo and Shayna. We gonna see what they do. I mean, if Rihanna was white, do you guys think this situation would unfold the way that it's unfolding? You know, because I think back to these white movie stars, you know, these white celebrities, and they do it a little different. You know, Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson, you know, Kim Kardashian, what's that chick's name? Kelly Clarkson. Look, I'm running out of white people because I don't know a lot of them like that. Celine Dion. I mean, it's like that baby daddy culture is not. I mean, some people do, but a lot of times them women be requiring like, you need to marry me. This is my Blockavelli has said it all. He said he's probably just trifling, keeping it 100, trifling 100. I feel that way. Because first of all, when you find out you're pregnant, I know I've been on this Rihanna thing all last episode and this episode. Sorry, y'all. But when you find out you're pregnant, okay, some of you guys may or may not know. But when you find out that you're pregnant, you might have a good maybe 2-3 months, depending on your body, before you start to show. So that means that they've known for a few months that they were pregnant. Okay, so if they wanted to save face in the public eye, and I think that's my biggest gripe with this dude, is the fact that he doesn't mind putting her out there like that and not doing things properly. He knows she's a celebrity. He knows she's a big girl. If he really loved her, he wouldn't want her to be embarrassed like that. He would be like, you know what? People are going to talk about the fact we're not married. People are going to talk about this and that I just want you for your money. If the dude really wanted to make things right, he'd be like, look, we need to, you know, we can elope or we can at least get engaged. And that way, you know, we look legitimate. But the dude is he's just trife. That's what I believe. I'm with Blockavelli on this. Some of you guys, you Hollywood people are like, oh my God, it's a ghetto love story. Cut it. Trife. Trifling. Just look at it. And look at the situation. Why would you do that to Rihanna? Why would you do that? Yeah, you're right about that. Sarah says children out of wedlock isn't a negative stigma in Black America. But you see, this is the problem. And this is why I'm talking about this today, because people don't see anything wrong with it. And people kind of take it like a badge of honor. And again, there are situations where it's out of your control. Okay, you start off the situation well and things happen and blah, blah, blah. But I'm talking about the perspective. This relationship is dysfunctional. This person is not serious. This person is not, and going into it with that, already knowing. I agree. Mind, Body, and Soul TV says these celebrities always making Blacks look bad. They probably are married already. Well, if they are, they should have stated that. I mean, the way she came out rolling her big, belly bump and all that, they wasn't shy about that. And that used to be a pride of women, was like, okay, I'm engaged, I'm married. You know what I'm saying? You want to show off your diamond ring, you want to show off your husband, you want to stunt and do that. So if they are secretly married, then why does the baby bump come before the marriage announcement? That's what I'm saying. We'll see what happens. A lot of you guys are hopeless romantics. A lot of y'all are hopeless romantics. Y'all trying to cap for this dude when he looks like he got baby daddy written all over him. Yes, he does. He's definitely not the kind of man that, I don't know. I'm from the old school. He ain't the kind of man that I'll take home to my parents. I'll tell you that. They will really laugh at me. They'll be like, designer rapper who? Yeah, no, negative. All right, guys. I'm not gonna keep talking about it because it just fires me up. I've had 2 whole episodes basically about Rihanna and ASAP. But the moral of the story is, be strategic in the way that you build your families, and also be strategic in how you instill this into the youth. Okay, it's gotten to the point that, like, for instance, the single family home, it's a norm. It's not seen as anything unusual nowadays. It used to be a taboo back in the days. People didn't want that to kind of be their reality, or they were ashamed if it happened to them. We still need to be instilling the benefits of family and generational wealth. Yeah, exactly. Maternal Mission says they can't show Black family. It's not their agenda to make family positive. I totally agree with that statement. Because back in the days, if you were pregnant outside of wedlock, you would not be coming out walking on the sidewalk showing your baby bump. I know people. I know a girl that got pregnant when I was in high school. She was about 16, and she went away. We didn't even see her give birth. They said she went and stayed with like a relative in a different city while she was pregnant and stuff. It was kind of like a taboo when I was growing up. I know things have changed, but anyway, I'm moving on. So big shout out to the Afrikansuperstar family. Big shout outs to all my super chat donors, my members only, who are designated by the circle next to their name. Thank you guys for all the comments and all the engaging. Please, if you're in the room, make sure that you have liked the stream. Okay, please get the likes up, okay, for these Unpopular Opinions live. Yes. And I appreciate all the super chat support. All of our current funding is going into the pot for our music project. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on it. Just dropped the second music video. A lot of you guys love it. Ghana is Good For Me is the track. So the official video is here on YouTube, just in case you haven't seen it. And the track is also available for download. And I'll also be releasing a new track, my first official Black Love track, Come Chill With Me, on February 13th, which is Black Love Day. Yeah, so I'll be dropping that video momentarily. Obviously, we're just in discussions about the new video. We're currently in discussions about the new music video. I don't even have the budget yet. But we're going, I'm going to shoot a video for Come Chill With Me. That's the next video. So big shout outs to the family. And I will see you guys all again very, very soon. Okay. Much love to the family. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.